Hello, everyone, and happy July, halfway through the year. We're here to answer the question of the month. And the question is, you're open about your status. I'm open about my status, but has there been any times where I'm afraid of being called out or, maybe I don't reveal my status in public? I think this is a very, real and vulnerable question for spokesmodels because our job is to build self-esteem and make people comfortable enough to tell others, but from my own experience there has been plenty of times where I either didn't disclose or someone had said I was positive in a space that maybe I wasn't ready or in that moment to talk about it. We're not always in that headspace of advocacy and education. So there's been times at bars where it's been brought up and maybe I didn't want it to be brought up. I think it's happened when it comes to dating, a lot less now, but there still has been times where I felt that stigma of not wanting to tell the person my status. But now in the last few years and, being on the dating scene again, it's been a lot easier to be upfront about it in the beginning and, not waste my time. But I guess one specific place that happened recently was where I made an appointment to go see a new dentist, a new provider. I have a little cracked tooth I need to get taken care of. And in the questionnaire, they had asked if I was positive. And yeah, in that moment, I was like, you have my medical records. But I don't know, I felt that stigma in that moment and I said no. Now, it's not a bad thing. Like I said, they do have access to my charts and but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because I'm undetectable. So whether I'm positive or not shouldn't affect my care. Starting with a new doctor, especially one that doesn't specialize in infectious disease, it can be a little intimidating. So that's, I kind of have a little bit of shame for not saying yes, but also, in those moments where maybe we don't want to disclose, it's for our own safety and for our own, mental health. And I guess sometimes just not wanting to have that conversation with someone. Because again, it's not everyone's business and, it's up to you, who and when gets to know. So I think it's totally normal for anyone to be uncomfortable when they're called out or their truth is exposed without their knowing or their permission. But yeah, I think, it's, like I said, it's completely normal to have these feelings. But, the end goal is getting to the point where this is what it is. And, I'm not afraid to tell people, but I get to choose when and where I tell people. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great summer. Bye.